Once you've got assets and locations in the system, you can turn your attention to service. Service links to assets and locations and represents the third leg of the CYA platform. When we talk about service in CYA, we mean any intervention with an asset or a location. That is, any action you want to take with a thing or a place in your list. If you haven't signed up for the service module, you won't see its menu on the web or the mobile app. If the service module is enabled, you will see its menu, and also the wrench indicator light will become active. Like assets, service also has a builder in the admin menu, which contains a number of fields you can preload so they automatically fill the next time you make another version of that service. These fields include a profile picture if you want to add one. Note that if you don't, the system will default to a generic service image. It includes fields for the name of the service, the type so you can group similar calls, and a longer description of what you actually do on the call. It has controls to override the days to red and days to yellow wrench indicator. There are fields to control whether the call repeats on close or requires a scan or a purchase order. There are fields to preload labor, parts, and travel costs. And there are 3 custom drop-down fields which you can define yourself in the admin menu. If you want, you can manually construct the builder just as we've illustrated. Or you can give us a pre-made list in a format that's convenient for you and we'll load it. Finally, you can also add items to the builder on the fly, which we'll show you later in this video. Like other lists in CYA, the service list is customizable to the view you prefer. You can rearrange and resize columns as you like. Right-clicking on the column header allows you to hide a column or bring up the column chooser of hidden fields which you can add to the list. Left-clicking on the header sorts that column alphabetically. Clicking it again reverses the order. Holding down Shift and clicking on a second column will apply a second sort on top of the first. The Clear Filter button in the upper right-hand corner clears all sorts and searches. Like other lists in CYA, you can search the visible fields by using the main search box. You can sort by specific items in each column by clicking its caret. Holding down Shift and selecting a second or a third sort will refine the list. Data can be parsed in even more detailed ways by right-clicking the header and enabling the filter row. This will reveal individual filter boxes that allow you to search and sort in interesting ways. Finally, like other lists in CYA, anything that you've arranged on the screen can be instantly downloaded to a CSV file for use in other programs. Like assets and locations, double-clicking on any item in a list will open its individual record. The data is organized into collapsible sections, which includes a dashboard, which displays important timing information for the call, a general section with the fundamental data for the call, a section for the custom fields which you can define in the admin menu, asset and location sections that display the details of the records which are linked to that service. And like assets and locations, there are also notes and attachment sections. At the top of the screen, you'll see a ticker tape which shows the indicator status and other vital information for the call. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the controls to edit and close the call. And below that, you'll see the text snapshot button. Press this and the text version of all the details of the call will be created for you. You can then copy and paste this wherever you might find it useful. There are a number of ways to make a new service call in CYA. The simplest is to go to New Service in the Service menu. From the mobile, New Service is always available from the menu in the upper right-hand corner. You can also enter a service call while directly looking at an asset. From the Open Service tab, hit the plus service button and a new call will be created that already has filled in the details of the asset and the location where it's assigned. You have the same functionality in the asset record on the mobile by clicking on the wrench to open service and then the plus service button to add a call. There's also a special way to add multiple service calls from the web application by selecting multiple assets at the same time from the asset list and then selecting the Add Service button. The pop-up menu will give you a drop-down to select pre-made builder services that can be applied to all of those assets. So now, to illustrate how to make a new service call, Let's display the web and the mobile side by side so you can see how to do the same thing in both places. A new blank service call looks like this. The first and most important field you address is the service field. Clicking it presents you with a drop-down of all the calls that you've set up in the builder. Selecting one automatically fills in all of the blue builder fields. If the call you want to make isn't listed on the drop-down from the builder, you can add one on the fly. On the web, just type the name you want. On the mobile, click Create New Service and then type the name. The blue fields indicate the builder fields we mentioned earlier. When you save, the system will ask if you want a template of this call loaded to the builder for the next time. If this is just a one-time call, you can click No. If this is something you'll use again, click Yes and create a new builder item. So first, you pick the name of the service. Then you should focus on two other fields. The Service For field links that service with an asset or a location. When you click it, a drop-down of all your assets and locations will appear. You can scroll or search this list, and when you pick the thing or the place, the service will be connected to it. Note that the details of the asset and the location will automatically be copied into the service. The Assign To field links that service to a person on your team. Clicking it reveals a list of all your users who are authorized inside of that location. Selecting their name connects them to the call. After you've dealt with these three important fields, you can then modify anything else inside of the call. If you want, you can change the information that was filled in by the builder. There are also a number of fields that help you record information about the customer who reported the issue. When you're ready, you can click Save and the call will be formally added to the system. At this point, you can see that the call has been assigned a service number, has been given an in-process status, and the service wrench reflects the urgency that you've defined. This call has a green light, which will turn yellow in 150 days and red in 180. Once a call is created, it can be edited at any time by an authorized user. Its details can be modified or supplemented, and you can also add notes or attachments.